Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to Compact Everyday Carry and Gadgets, and today we're going to be doing a direct comparison between the Canik Mete MC9 Prime and the Canik Mete MC9L. Now, this is not to state that one is better than the other. This is just a direct comparison. So if you guys are in the market for a firearm or maybe considering one of these two, this will help you kind of weigh your options and see, is it worth the extra price that you will have to pay to go for the MC9 Prime over the MC9L? Right off the back, I love both these firearms. They are very similar in a lot of ways, but they do have some differences that I will point out in the video. The Canik Mete MC9 Prime comes equipped. It comes right out the box with all the bells and whistles. If you normally go out, you purchase a firearm. If you want to go have it hooked up, like they say, you might want to add some ports and compensation to the slide and the barrel. This already comes done. You might want to get an aftermarket slide or send your slide to get milled and get some cool serrations, more aggressive. The MC9 Prime got you. It comes already done like that, so that's pretty cool. As you can see, it has a nice ports and compensated slide on both the barrel and the slide, which is really nice. It does come optic ready. It comes with some nice iron sights. Very, very nice. The trigger, as you can see, is a nice flat face trigger with a really good feel when shooting it. The grips, it also comes real nice. As you can see right here, I got a whole grip on it, but before adding the whole grip, obviously it felt good as well. But as you can see, the grip does have some texture all the way up to the thumb rest, which is nice. You get some little memory pads right there that'll help you place those fingers where they belong. You do get the Canik long slide release and the takedown lever here, which is very similar and familiar for Caniks. As you can see right here, I got it equipped with a Nightstick TCM10, I believe, and the gun comes equipped with a 17 round magazine. Solid firearm right out the box. Like I said, Canik does hook you up as soon as you purchase it. It does come with a holster and all the tools you need to take your gun apart and mount optics and all that good stuff. So Canik hooks you up in that department. And as far as physically, it looks amazing and it feels great as well. Also a real good shooter. Now here with the Canik Mete MC9L, it is a more affordable option, but aside from the affordable option, it's also a smaller firearm. The slide is significantly smaller. Now the frame, as far as the hand grip, is about the same. I will do a comparison side by side so you guys can check it out, but this does come with a 17 round mag as well, and they are interchangeable. It's the exact same magazine, comes with both firearms, so that is something to consider. You could save some bucks. You get the same round capacity and you are going to be able to go for the same magazine. So it's the same exact magazine. Trigger, as you can see, it is a little different. The trigger on the Prime has a little aluminum safety hinge in the middle. Here it's more kind of resembles the Glock safety style, and even the trigger as well. It has those little serrations. Let me see if you guys can see that. Has a little serrations, and then you got the little safety hinge right there, very small. It does come with the rail, so you're not sacrificing a rail, although it is a smaller firearm. And it also comes optic ready. The iron sights are solid as well. They are iron. It's not a tritium in the front. It's just a solid white dot, but still very solid. And the grip, as you can see, you only get texture in the lower half of the grip. You get some texture in the back, and you also get some texture in the front, which is solid. But it does not have the texture all the way on the top like the Prime does. It does have a little thumb rest indentation right there, so it does feel comfortable. But it does have what we come to know, which is that long slide release from Canik, and also the takedown lever, same one that's on the Prime. Obviously, what you are giving up right here is you're not getting the aggressive serrations, you're not getting the compensated slide and the ported barrel. So that's probably your biggest takeaway if you're choosing one over the other. But still, the serrations are very solid in the front and back, so you could press check and rack from the front or the back, which is solid. But yeah, other than that, everything is interchangeable. You could mount the same optic on either or and the same light on either or. It doesn't really matter. Now let's just do some side-by-side comparison so you guys can see how it looks and how they compare as far as dimensions and size goes. So this is all going to be very opinion-based because it all depends what you prefer. As far as thickness of the gun itself, I think they are somewhat exactly the same thickness. But you will see that the Prime is significantly longer. You can't tell too much because I have those lights on it, but it is significantly longer. Probably I would say a little over, maybe half an inch, or at least a little over quarter of an inch. So that is something to consider, because that you definitely will feel it, even if it doesn't look so significantly by just looking at it. As far as the handle goes, as you can see, the back, they're almost identical. As far as length goes, also here it might look different because the Prime does come with the magwell as well, which is cool. Like I said, they hook you up right out the box. It comes with a magwell. The MC9L does not come with the magwell, but as you can see, if it didn't have the magwell, it's the same exact length and girth of the between both of them. Solid. It has also the chamber indication right here, so you know if you have the gun racked, which is important to pay attention to, which is a nice safety feature. So yeah, I mean, I think when you're gonna make a decision right now, it's gonna be, because for me, let's say I already own the Prime, so it almost doesn't make sense to go out and get this, but I always prefer a smaller firearm. Hence the channel is Compact Everyday Carry and Gadget, so I prefer the more compact pistol over a bigger one. So I always like the Prime, and I'm pretty sure Canik Mete will probably end up doing a micro size, a smaller one, which will probably be someone like this, but gives you the compensated slide and the ported barrel and all that. And if they do that, that's going to be, woof, they'll take over the game, I think, as far as for everyday carry. Because I will prefer the Canik Mete MC9L for everyday carry, just because it is a smaller slide. This is one of the parts that is going to be very, very intruding. If it's a long slide, you're going to feel it when you're everyday carry, especially if you're riding appendix. So here, I rather go for this for everyday carry. And as far as anything else, I would have to do a side-by-side comparison on the range and see if I'll feel a difference in the recoil, because all of these really nice looking serrations and ported barrels and compensated slide, that's going to be for when you're shooting to help mitigate with the recoil. So I will have to do a side-by-side comparison to see if it's significantly enough to go out and make the extra purchase. Now aesthetically, yes, this looks beautiful, and this for me is priced perfectly. When you go out and buy it, for me, it's priced at a perfect price. You're getting, for me, I personally think you get more than what you pay for, because if you buy, let's say, a Glock and you send it out to get milled, or you go and purchase a aftermarket slide because you want the ported and compensated slide and barrel and all that, or you want to go and get the slide milled, that's going to cost you way more than just getting this. And on top of that, you're getting the holster and all that. So that's solid, and you get this flat face trigger, which is really good. Now let's see how they compare as far as trigger goes. They both have awesome triggers, but I do feel like they have a little different working. They do feel a little different when shooting, but they both have great triggers. I've stated before, now we are clear, just to make sure we're clear. The guns have been cleared completely. But let me let you guys see, with the Canik Mete MC9L, it is a long travel, but once you meet that wall, it's very, very defined wall, and the break is very crisp. And I like, because the reset is quick, the reset is very short. So it has a somewhat of a long slide, long travel. So look, travels right there, but once it's there, very crisp break. I love that. And then to reset, right there, and very audible too, which helps. See that again, look how short the reset is, right there. And then the break is right there. It doesn't move right after the reset, is right there. So that's an awesome trigger. I love the way that trigger feels. The only thing is maybe the long travel, but I actually prefer the long travel because it has a very defined wall. Now let's see. Canik Mete MC9 Prime is also cleared. So let's see how this performs. I'm gonna do it like this so you guys can see it better. So once you start, you're gonna bring in that safety, and then you meet that wall, and it's nice. Let's see that again. Let's see how so the reset, I feel, is a little longer than the L. And let's see the travel right from the beginning. You meet the wall, so it's a shorter travel. As you can see, even the trigger stays way further ahead than the L. But it is a nice defined wall. I like when it has a nice defined wall because that avoids any mistakes from happening. So you meet a wall and you know you're at the wall. And then the brake, very crisp. Awesome trigger as well. I think Canik is really hitting it out the park with their triggers. They come right out the box nice. You don't have to adjust or upgrade. They come awesome. As far as that's going to be, I guess, in a personal opinion, which one you prefer. I like both of them. I do feel like this might feel, which is a little bit crazy, but I feel like this is a little more comfortable just because the flat face on the Prime is so wide that you definitely feel the squareness of it. Here is a lot smoother. I normally prefer flat face triggers, but like I said, this one just feels way thicker. I don't know if you guys can see that. I don't know if I'll be able to show that on camera because of the angle, but it's just way thicker. Not that it's a problem, but you know, it just feels way more, if I had to describe it, I guess way more square, way more robotic. I don't know how to describe it, but you just feel it. Not that it's bad, but when you compare it to this one, for the finger, just has, this one has a nice little round lip that just feels comfortable to grab. And it just feels good. But yeah, that's it for now, guys. That is the Canik Mete MC9 L versus the Canik Mete MC9 Prime. Somewhat of the direct comparison, so you guys could kind of see, give or take. I did see a comment in one of my other videos where people were saying, why did I purchase it if I already own the Prime? One, I just have this channel and I do review firearms. And two, I always had my eyes on this just because of the form factor. I prefer a compact, smaller firearm over a longer slide. Like I would everyday carry this over this just because of the slide being smaller. Is a way smaller form factor. Feels better for everyday carrying, and that means if it feels better, it's gonna be way more likely that I'm gonna everyday carry every day, and no matter the weather, no matter the dress code, how I'm dressed, I will carry this more easier than I would the Prime. But of course, this looks way better. The main thing that would make you choose this over this would be if you like how it physically looks better. Aesthetically, it looks amazing, and I'm gonna take it out to the range and see, like I said, if this compensated and ported slide and barrel, if that makes any difference, or at least a significant difference. I'm sure it will make a difference, but if the difference is very noticeable to the point where I'll go out and spend an extra $200, I believe is the difference in price to get the Prime over the Canik Mete MC9L. I am calling this, I do believe the Canik Mete MC9L is the most underrated firearm there is. So yeah, the reason why I purchased this is because it was always sold out in my local store, and I finally saw it and I went for it, even though I already owned the Prime, and of course because I have the channel. So I do it to review it, and this gun is very popular. It's probably one of the hottest firearms out. Very popular. Canik did an amazing job with the promotions and making sure all the big YouTubers had their hands on it before they even came out. But that's it for now, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Which one would you guys prefer over the other? Would you rather spend the extra money and go for the Prime, or does it not really make sense, the extra $200, and rather go for the Canik Mete MC9L? Let me know down in the comments. But that's it for now, guys. Compact, everyday carry, and gadgets. I'm out of here, guys. God bless.